Hey Frag fam, welcome to another video, Proverbs 27:9 fragrances. And today we are looking at, from the house of John Varvatos, a summer classic Artisan Blu. Please make sure you're subscribed to my channel. We're trying to build up one of the smallest fragrance review channels on YouTube. And if you like the video, do me a favor and hit like. Leave a comment. Everything that you do, if you do all of those things, it helps the YouTube algorithm to put my video in front of more people. So please, make sure you're doing multiple things there. All right. Artisan Blu from the Artisan line, which is a fantastic designer line, I have to say. And, I don't know if this line has been discontinued or not. There's a lot of speculation and things. It seems like it may have been. If it has, man, what a bummer, because this has been an absolutely great, what I would call middle of the road, midline designer fragrance house lines. And saying that, meaning that these are usually well priced, but they're usually really good. So it's a good value. You're getting a lot for not so much. 2016 release, and this is one of those that I wear quite often, and especially in the summertime. When you're talking about blue fragrances, aquatic fragrances, they're usually warmer weather fragrances. Got Tchaikovsky in the background. I don't know how loud that is. I'm going to turn him down just a little bit. But let me give you some notes here. It's a very well blended, and I'll go ahead and kind of give me a fresh reminder. We've got the dry down over here. I'm going to give me a top blast on some paper as well. Top notes are basil, bergamot, coyote, lavender, bitter orange. And I'll say this thing, it is really well blended for a designer, kind of lower, middle of the price range designer fragrance. You get that lavender, citrus lavender opening, but there's a little bit of spices or a little bit of herbs there in the background, and that's the basil. And basil is a note used in Dior's Eau Sauvage, which is one of my favorite. And I love the way basil is used as a top note to give depth to the citruses, and it kind of pushes the citrus and the lavender both, and plays in the background in a beautiful way. Then you start to smell kind of the middle floral aspects of it: geranium, orange blossom, iris. It's also pomarosa and clary sage. And the floral mid to this it's beautiful as well, and it's well balanced. I don't like a heavy floral masculine fragrance, but when the florals are used kind of in the mid and it kind of stays there, and it's just there being this beautiful, it's like Tchaikovsky playing in the background. You've got certain instruments that you don't want them to stick out. You don't want to hear necessarily an oboe or a clarinet, but to hear that mix in with the orchestra puts this kind of beautiful nuance to it. And that's the way I like florals in a masculine fragrance. The base is pine, cedar, pistachio, tamarisk, and patchouli. And there is a woodiness to it, but there's not a prominent wood. You wouldn't describe this as a woody blue fragrance, because the woods Again, they're just kind of in the base to provide a nice, wide, substantial bottom. But really the top notes and the middle notes is what sings here. To compare it to others in its line, I'm not a big fan of John Varvatos Vintage. I do like, typically iris is used in these in the mid, and it usually comes across to me in the wrong way. You know, iris can be used in the right way or it can be used in the wrong way. When it comes across waxy, I don't care for that. Even though Dior Homme, a lot of people say it kind of smells like lipstick or makeup. I don't know if it's just a higher quality or what, but the iris in that I love. But usually in the John Varvatos, kind of comes across a little waxy, a little, just not my favorite. It doesn't stick out. I'm saying that to say this, it doesn't stick out in Artisan Blu the way it does in like Vintage or some of the other ones. So I think it is close to top of the line there. So fantastic fragrance. Hope you like it. Please like the video. And until we see you down the road, brag on, Frag Fam.